What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Really About Podcast. This is my Craftsman Truck Series race review. This was meant to be already filmed and out, but I filmed this podcast this morning and I was standing up and my camera, I didn't have it zoom out enough. It was cutting off the top of my head. So it looked ridiculous. So we're refilming it here tonight. It's late. Parents are sleeping. We're on vacation. Daytona 500 tomorrow. So we're going to make another quality podcast, but not too long, and get to the meat and potatoes. So, Chandler is the fresh from Florida 250 with help from Ty Majeski. Nemechek was leading off turn 4. He had a push with Gio, and then coming to the checker. Gio makes a move to the outside. Nemechek kind of comes up the racetrack because of it. He leaves the bottom lane open. And here comes all the momentum with Chandler Smith and Ty Majeski to steal the victory. 4 teammates working together. Look, guys, we talk about teammates. You need teammates in super speedway racing. What we saw there was 2 teammates trying to go for the win and costing themselves both the win. And that opened the door for 4 teammates working together. It was kind of like a four truck finish there. Now I saw there with the photo finish camera, Chandler Smith had a full truck ahead when he crossed the finish line. So it was not really a 4-wide finish, but it was 4 trucks going for the finish line, pretty close with each other. But fun finish. I thought this race was really good. I expected this to be a little bit more of a wild race, but we had a lot of Cup guys in there, so I think that helped out. But for Chandler Smith, man, this team was brand new last year, all quick to come together. Didn't have a full off season to prepare. This year they had an off season to prepare with this same team. I think with this new playoff format, the Truck Series, we don't know who the top dogs are going to be. I think Chandler Smith could be one of those top dogs to compete for this championship with this new format. So no better way to start off a season with a W at Daytona. Went back to the race I talked about. I felt like this race could have been wild and unpredictable and a crash fest. It was one of the most anticipated truck races ever. There was a ton of Cup guys. There were some superstar all-stars that we talked about with Cleetus, McFarland, Tony Stewart. Oh my gosh. Travis Pastrana. There was Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Corey LaJoy, Lincoln McDowell, John Hunter Nemechek, Carson Hocevar. There was a bunch of dudes out there. Bunch of Cup Series guys. And I actually think the fact that the Cup Series guys were out there, it made the racing better because you saw a lot of aggressive moves, but those aggressive moves didn't turn into big wrecks. Of course, there were some wrecks, but after watching both Xfinity, not Xfinity, after watching Truck in Xfinity, or after watching O'Reilly in the Truck Series, I would say that the O'Reilly Series was more of a wreck fest than the Truck Series, and there's supposed to be more experienced guys in the O'Reilly Series. So I think also, like I said, it has to do with a lot more Cup guys in the field. But I thought it was a good race. We saw 2 wide, we saw 3 wide in the backfield, back in the pack. It was really just a mix of guys. 31 lead changes, man. 31 freaking lead changes is a record. So give the hats off to those guys out there. Put on a great show for the fans. Solid crowd. But now let's just talk about some of the guys that all-star guys. Cleetus McFarland, he wrecked on lap 6, lost it in turn 4, hit the inside wall. Luckily, it was a big hit, but he was okay. After that, driver's side door, happy he's okay. But I know he was deflated in that one. It seems like the inexperience got to him. Being in that 3 wide, the way the air moves around, he's not experienced all this stuff. I know the haters will say he didn't deserve to be. This is the reason why NASCAR shouldn't have approved him, but man, I'll say it again, man. NASCAR has approved guys that probably should have never even sat in the truck. A truck series is meant to be a place to learn, and that's what Cleetus was trying to do. I just feel like maybe Daytona wasn't a place to go do it. Also, he qualified 12th. He easily could have dropped to the back and get more of a feel for his truck. But look, man, you're qualified 12th. You're young, not young, you're inexperienced, but you have a lot of energy. This is all new to you. Let's go make it happen, all right? And that might have bit him. But I think it's great to have Cleetus in there. I think he finished top 15 in the ARCA race. I saw it. He may have finished 11th, 12th. He had the car was in one piece, so he was able to bounce back from tonight and have a solid run for the ARCA Series race. I know he's going to run a couple ARCA Series races. And I think he'll actually run some more truck races. I think Talladega is another one they want to run if sponsorship comes together. So disappointing effort, not disappointing. Disappointing for Cleetus to wreck out here, but he'll have another opportunity to bounce back at Talladega, hopefully. But great to see Cleetus out there, a lot of energy around him. Next win was Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart was caught up. It was a lap 36. Tony was running in the back. He actually said in his post race at that point on lap 36, he was starting to like the way the truck was handling, starting to make some moves on the outside there. And then the 98 and Jake Garcia got loose in the middle lane, washed up towards Tony, caused some damage for Tony. And then they chose to park it because the truck, they weren't racing for points. They didn't want to just, I guess, they might be shorter on trucks or not have a lot of trucks, so they don't want to risk tearing up a truck that's not racing for points. But it seemed like Tony really enjoyed being out there, even though he wasn't getting to mix it up as much. But I do feel like Tony, I think he was well received. I think a lot of people were happy to see Tony Stewart back in the sport. I sure was. Of course, all the stuff that Tony has said about the sport since leaving has been negative, but I want people to be raw and real. I think that's what Tony was. And he didn't, post-race, and he doesn't have anything planned the rest of the year to race in their truck, but I think post-race, I think there's a good chance he'll come back and run another race. Is it next year's Daytona race? We'll see. Rand wants to make a splash. Having Tony Stewart back definitely did that. But I'm just happy that Tony had a good experience. It's great having Tony back. I think he was surprised by the fan sentiment for him to come back. I think he brought a lot of good positive energy this weekend. So hopefully Tony comes back. Great to see him. Hopefully he has a good, successful drag racing season. Always enjoyed watching drag racing. Maple Grove Speedway is a local track near me, so I've gone to that place just to see him race because it's cool just to see Tony Stewart in motorsports still. But I know now his wife is going to be in that main car, and he'll be in another car for another team, which is cool. But I'm really happy that Tony Stewart was able to enjoy his experience back in NASCAR, because I sure did. Just stinks that the Ram stuff, it just stinks that the race didn't end. He wasn't able to get as racy out there after being involved in that wreck. So we talked about there was 31 lead changes, there was 12 leaders, there were 6 cautions for 31 laps. A lot of single car spins, single truck spins. Carson Hocevar probably had the best truck. That guy had so many issues though. The truck shut off, flat tires. But I felt like if he had no issues, he would have been the truck to beat. He led 20 laps, the same amount as Michael McDowell did and Justin Haley did. Carson was really fast, and he was really good there. Stinks he wasn't able to be there at the end. Michael McDowell was up there and led laps. Justin Haley led laps for Ram. The Ram program, the Ram trucks. Let me look at some stats here. Well, the finishing order to figure out where all the Ram trucks finished. So Ram in their debut, Brendan Queen in that one Ram truck finished 7th. We keep working down our line. Daniel Dye in the 17, the second Ram truck, finished 17th. Then we keep going down the line. Justin Haley, who led 20 laps, finished 22nd. Also, I went too far down. Minnie Tyrell in a Ram, the race for the seat champion, finished 19th. And then Tony Stewart finished 36th after being caught in that accident. Daytona is not going to be a good example or representation of where Ram could be this season on speed as a team overall, because Daytona, there's a lot of things out of your control. But I felt like they had a big splash. Having Tony Stewart come back and Dana White was there, the energy around Tony Stewart's pit was insane. It was awesome. Dana White there, the CEO of Ram. The Rams really not playing around with their advertising. They have a big booth outside Daytona with a monster truck and so much. You can ride a bull there, the Ram Bull. So they're doing a lot of promotion. I like that about when manufacturers come into the sport, how much promotion they are doing. So I'm excited to see what Ram can do. I am expecting them not to be as quick when it comes to the speed because they're still new. They're still figuring out this body. They're still figuring out a lot of different things. But I'm excited to have 4 manufacturers compete for a championship for the Craftsman Truck Series, and I'm really happy that Ram is really doing it, going beyond, above and beyond so far this season when it comes to promoting that they're back in NASCAR. Let's look at our top 15 finishers to close out this podcast. Carson Hocevar won stage 1. Chandler Smith won stage 2. Chandler Smith finished first. Gio Ruggiero finished second. Third was Chris Nekis. Fourth, Ty Majeski. Fifth, John Hunter Nemechek. Sixth, Ricky Stiles Jr. Seventh, Brendan Queen. Eighth, King Honeycutt. Ninth, Tyler Ingram. 10th, Stewart Friesen. 11th, Nick Letts. 12th, Brendan Ben Rhodes. 13th, Andres Perez-Lara. 14th, Cole Butcher. And 15th, Travis Pastrana. Travis Pastrana was another guy that was in a Nissan Motorsports truck, just like Cleetus McFarland, and I think he had some issues. Not exactly sure. He was never in the mix to compete up front, but always that cool to have Travis, who's one of the biggest motorsports entertainers of our time, our generation, our lives. The stuff he's done for motorsports entertainment is insane. He sacrificed his body a lot, but I love that he finds NASCAR cool enough to come race. Like, that's what I love the most. That Travis was trying to, at his age, still says, you know what? Yeah, let's go run a Craftsman Truck Series race at Daytona. That's what I think is just so cool about Travis running these races. Overall, really good race, guys. I felt like. Congrats to Chandler Smith. I'm excited for this season. A lot of new faces, new places. I'm looking forward to seeing who rises to the top this season in the Craftsman Truck Series. Overall, guys, that's the podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.